Hello there, and welcome to problem number 2. We are on page 38 of the text, and we are looking at some percent problems. A class of 60 students voted for class president. 30% voted for Brad, and 70% voted for Jane. How many votes did the winner get? So, as always, mark your question. We are looking for votes for the winner. Okay. So we need to ask ourselves what the variable is in this problem. And in this case, it's people. It's the actual candidate for class president. So we have Brad, and we have Jane, and we always have total number of votes, or whatever we're dealing with. So let's break this problem down, isolate the information. 70% for Jane, 30% for Brad, and then 60 students. So we have to think about what these different pieces of information are. 60 students. Well, that's not a percentage, that's an actual number, and that's the total number of students who voted. That's the whole class. 30% goes with Brad. 70% goes with Jane, and we know that our percent total is always 100. So we are missing two pieces of information that we're about to find. The question is, how many votes did the winner get? So we'll find that in just a second. Actually, we have to find it right now. Who is the winner? If Brad got 30 and Jane got 70%, who is the winner? Well, it would be Jane. And we want to know the actual number of votes that Jane, the winner, got. So this highlighted cell is the answer that I'm looking for. And if you look right here, you have the proportion that you need. Okay, but I'll move it over here we'll set it up. We're looking for Jane's votes out of total votes. And we don't know how many Jane got, but we know 60 kids voted, or students voted, and we know that Jane was 70% out of the 100. So there is the proportion that I'm solving. So let's say 60 times 70. That's 4200. Divided by 100 is 42. Again, this is not a proper equation. Those are keystrokes. So Jane got 42 votes. And I could stop there if I wanted to, but I like to go ahead and finish out my problem. I like to complete the problem. So how many votes did Brad get? How would you be able to find that using this information? It's 60 subtract 42. So 60 subtract 42 is 18 for Brad. And the question is, how many votes did the winner get? And that would be 42. Jane got 42 votes. And I'm going to go ahead and do number 3 on this video, and then I think I'll stop the film. A survey done by the New York Times showed that 80% did not know the name of their representatives in Congress. If 1,000 people were surveyed, how many people did know the name of their representative? So how many did know the name? That's the question. How many people did know? So make sure you know what you're looking for And we can go ahead and fill this in. The variable is whether or not they knew. So I'm going to say they did or they did not know. And so let's look at the numbers. We had 1,000 surveyed. 80% did not know. So let's fill in our table. We have 80% did not. So that's did not in percent. 1,000 people surveyed. And we know that the total on a percent is 100%. So there's a proportion. We can solve with just 3 pieces. If you can get 3 of these pieces, you can find the other parts. So we're looking at the people who did not know. We're looking at something over 1,000 and 80 over 100. Multiply, and here's a little trick. 8 times 1 is 8, and there are 4 zeros in that peanut. Divide by 100. And so how many people did know? Well, this is the did nots. So we can put that in here. But the question that you and I are trying to solve is right here. How many people did know their representatives? Well, 1,000 minus 800 is 200, just like 100 minus 80 is 20%. So this is one way that you could come up with that 200, which is the number of people who did know the name of their representatives. Okay, number 4, I think I'm going to stop the video and I'll meet you back for the next one.